So today I wanted to explain something that is common amongst new clients, people who may be inexperienced to lifting or into the style of lifting that I imply onto clients with the goals I have for them and what I think is necessary. And that topic is rep ranges. So what this might look like, you come across a workout and it says 2 by 8 to 12, 1 by 15 to 20 for one movement, and you're wondering, why do I have between 8 and 12 reps to do? How many do I need to do? And why is the third set different? Why does it have 15 to 20? Why is it higher? What do I do for that? What kind of weight do I use? And so rep ranges are arbitrary, and what I notice in clients is they might be able to use a weight and get to the top end of a rep range. So say they got that 12, and in their mind they've stopped because they hit the top, they'll put the weight down even though they might have had 6 to 10 more reps available. So with that being said, rep ranges give us a range to think about when choosing a weight for the targeted muscle. So we might have lower reps if we're targeting towards heavier weight. The hypertrophy range kind of is between 6 and 30, and that's a lot. That's a huge rep range, but we can narrow that in. So our primary movements, so say we're doing, let's just say we're doing a hack squat, right? And we're wanting to drive a lot of tension, create a lot of damage there in the lengthened position of the quad. So we're gonna try and load it up as much as we can. But if we're doing that loaded and we're doing a high rep range of say 20 to 30, we're not gonna be able to get as much output as if we were doing like an 8 to 12 with a much higher weight. And so we'll use higher rep ranges generally towards the beginning of the session. And this kind of like say 8 to 12, so if you do 2 plates on each side, you get 16 and the rep range is 8 to 12. Okay, that 16, or that weight you used to get 16 to 2 plates might have been a little light for you. And so we kind of want to move down and get to a weight that's going to have a struggle between that rep range. So ideally, once we start pushing closer to failure with training, this might look like first set you get 11, second set you get 9. The following week we're going to look to get 12 and 10. And then we're going to get 12, 11, 12, 12 until those 2 12 sets look absolutely perfect before we increase weight. Before weight, we have to look at execution. Is everything lined up there? And so we want to work towards the top end of the rep range, but find a weight that has a struggle in between it. And so the third set, so say you got 2 8 to 12s and 1 15 to 20. So this is a back off set. It's to manage fatigue and also output at the same time. So if we're doing a third set and you're giving it your best, you might get 6 out of that last set. So instead, we back off and up the rep range to drive tension but manage fatigue so we can still perform throughout the remainder of the session and also recover a little better. And so we'll back off and choose a weight that helps us manage to get tired, not tired, but struggle between that 15 and 20 range. And so this is, they're arbitrary. So if you get to 20 and you've got like, I think I got 3 more in me, go for the 3. The last reps are arguably the most important of all the reps you're doing there, as long as they look perfect. But don't let rep ranges confine your mind as to what you can and can't do. Some weeks I get in and I get +4 on one movement that's over the rep range, but I'm going for it. I'm going till I can't. And failure training is not for everyone, especially in the beginning. But the more advanced you get, the closer to failure you will need to get. So rep ranges are a way of measuring what load we should be using for certain movements and certain patterns, but they are not the end all be all. So if you get to the top end, doesn't mean that you need to stop. And say if you're getting like, you have 3 10 to 15s and you get 15 comfortably across all 3, the question I would propose is, are we actually working with a weight that's actually challenging to us, or are we just looking at the rep range and fulfilling some sort of checklist in our minds? So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, send me a message, drop a comment. But this is part 1 in the series of just common things I see amongst clients that are new and have some questions about why programs are set up the way they are and why the protocols they are given are set up the way they are. So hopefully that helps.